it isn't so much about individual platforms. It's about this fundamental change that IT is no longer defined by the composition of its technology. It's defined by the end user experience, and the end user experience expectation is changing. You know, what we learned in the cloud era, the first couple of years of it, was that if you rethink how people interact with technology from a perspective of the consumer, that you think about it, that you want a service, you insert a credit card. You want to, run an application, you run it wherever you need it. It follows you around. And you suddenly have this seamless, extremely abstract but useful experience where the technology is hidden from you. What we've learned in the consumer side is that actually resonates. And what's occurring right now with something called the consumerization of IT is that the IT environment is now being held to that standard. And so if there's one thing that will define the evolution of enterprise IT for probably the next decade, is this consistent shift towards a much more seamless, much more abstract, much more automated, and much more user-centric experience in which the technology just disappears. You know, the best technology in the world is the stuff you don't see that just enables you to be productive and effective as a business user. And so I think as we navigate that challenge, as we move into that era, the consequences are we're going to have to develop new technology. We're going to have to deploy it and operate it in different ways. We're going to have to strip out all kinds of complexity that currently is just assumed to be the status quo. And we're going to have to really, really be focused on what that end user experience is and how they perceive us. You know, Vic told me a funny statistic about, when you do a IT survey these days and you ask people what do they think of IT, the answer is usually not too positive, even if you're a great IT organization, because they're comparing you to their experience on an iPhone or their experience in the cloud.
Right.
And we now have, it's no longer debatable. We have to get to be better than those experiences, and that will be just a profound change in how things operate.